Let this be a lesson to all of you out there. If you are ever called away to settle your grandfather's estate in a foreign country, in an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods with not a soul around for miles, just make sure it's not in the middle of a pagan hunting season. Please? Demigod! Released in 2021 and is scheduled for digital release from Bulldog Film Distribution on February 21st, 2022, and is directed by Miles Dolick, who has also directed such films like The Dinner Party, The Historian, The Hollow, and Demons. And this film is starring Rachel Nichols, Johannes Miles, Elena Sanchez, Lindsay Ann Williams, Sarah S. Fisher, and Miles Dolick himself, which I just found out by reading the cast list for this review, and it makes sense because he was really the best part of this whole film on the acting side. The editing and the stylization here, we'll talk about it. But the reason why we're talking about Demigod is because it was a screener that was sent over to me through gingernutsofhorror.com. It's been a while since I've gotten a screener from them. Just really all the screeners that I've seen just haven't really been appealing to me until I saw the trailer for this one, and this one actually caught my eye, so I got really excited. And yeah, for the most part, I was pretty much entertained. But thank you very much, Jim McLeod, for sending over this screener from your website. If any of you out there want a great website to check out everything that is horror-related, books, films, TV shows, video games, whatever, head over there, gingernutsofhorror.com. It's a lot of fun and great people. Upon the sudden death of her estranged huntsman grandfather, and the news that he has left her all of his worldly possessions, Robin and her husband travel back to her birthplace in Germany's foreboding Black Forest. And already plagued by terrifying visions of childhood memories she can't quite make sense of, Robin nevertheless remembers fondly her grandfather's deep connection to the natural world, the animals, and even the spirits of the ancient forest. Soon after arriving at her grandfather's secluded cabin, however, stalked by a trio of witches, she finds herself entrenched in an ancient hunting ritual that will force her to reckon with her family's past and her own will to overcome the monstrous obstacles in her path. Yeah, the movie starts out one way, and then we get to something and it's like, whoa, okay, I thought we were going one way, and we just went into the Hunger Games here. Okay. And I will preface that I'm not the biggest horror guy. I'm not going to say I'm not a horror fan, because I'm just a fan of movies. And if you give me a great story and a great movie, I will watch it, regardless if it's a horror, if it's a comedy, if it's a romance film, whatever. But when it comes to the horror genre, my knowledge of it is not that extensive. I've just kind of gotten into that genre over the last couple of years, all thanks to gingernutsofhorror.com. So it's nice to check these independent horror films out, because a lot of directors and a lot of creators get their start in the horror genre, just because it's a lot of fun to shoot. And you can tell that the director had a lot of fun shooting this film, and a lot of the use of lighting and natural lighting is some of my favorite that I've seen. I love the use of the sun, and the use of shadows, and the use of the horizon as your lighting designer. It's fantastic. I love it. You see this long horizon with the sun setting in the background, and all of a sudden you just see this little tiny demon demigod just walking right at you on top of the horizon. It's a great little image to watch. I also really enjoyed the chemistry between Rachel Nichols and Johannes Miles. I could buy that they were a married couple, they had little jokes, and they were laughing at each other, and it seemed very genuine. And I love when I see a genuine married relationship in, a nice independent film like this. And I'm always a sucker for great folk tales, so seeing folk tales actually lived in real life in this movie actually put a smile on my face. However, when it comes to the horror genre here, it doesn't really do a good job of terrifying you or scaring you or making you sit on the edge of your seat at all. Probably the scariest thing that us humans experience is fear of the unknown. When we don't know what's happening, or if we don't know who is in the house stalking us, or if we don't know who is hunting us, that's more terrifying because we have no idea what they look like and we don't know who they are. But the editing choices in this movie present everything to us right away. And because we know what is happening, the terror that we should be feeling, like in the home invasion sections, there is no terror there because we know what's happening and who is there. For example, the married couple, they're having a romantic dinner in a very brightly lit living room of this cabin in the middle of the woods. And I keep thinking, like, how are they getting all that electricity out there? Because that's a very bright room, but okay, moving on. And they go to bed, and then the scene cuts to the walk or the procession of the three witches going to the cabin. So we, the audience, know, like, oh, hey, they're coming to the cabin and they're going to invade. So when we get to the actual invasion and the husband is looking around and creeping around and peering around corners and you see like curtains move in the background, I'm not scared at all because I know that they're there. If that previous scene was taken out, I probably would have been a little bit more terrified. But the husband and wife get captured, and then they're all set around this fire circle with all these other people that are living nearby, which I'm like, where are all these people? We saw that guy, but where are these other ones who are, I'm sorry, terrible actresses? I'm sure she's a really nice person, but the actress who's playing Katya, if she ever speaks again, if I hear her talk again, I'm gonna take a pencil and shove it in my ear. So all of them are gathered, and they're all there, the witches say, to appease this demon bull god thing that just loves to hunt people. And because Robin's grandfather taught her how to hunt when she was very little before she left Germany, she has an advantage. And I know we have limited locations. I know this is an independent film. I feel, though, that the hunt itself is pretty lackluster. Like, if I was the demon god and that was the hunt that I was experiencing, to appease me, I'd be pretty pissed off. I'd be like Thor in the realm of the ice giants. At least make it a challenge for me. I would say my thesis of this movie is that there's a lot of great potential here, but there's no inclination or intention of crossing that bar or going that extra step further. No, all of us are kind of just here in this safe little kind of horror hunter story, and that's all we're gonna get from this. There was so much potential to do something really cool with this folktale, and all we get is kind of just hey, I'm here reciting my lines, and the camera's on, and hey, we'll do it at this kind of cool angle that'll make it artsy, and that's it. I was just wanting to feel something more energy from the performers, more thought behind the story and the concept, more thought behind the visual effects of the demon god, because, oh boy, oh god. Towards the end of the film, we get to see the demigod a lot more, but they shoot him very stylized, where the camera is focusing on a flame of a candle, and the demigod is in the background, and he's blurry. And I kind of like that. It was making him a little ambiguous, and again, the more we don't know, the more scared you get. But then I realized, like, oh no, this isn't an artistic choice. This is a choice because they ran out of money in the budget for CGI, because the prosthetic of the demon god mask that the guy is wearing, the mouth does not move, but he's supposed to be talking. So they bend or bleed the screen to make it seem like his mouth is moving. Basically, if you've seen the theatrical Joss Whedon version of Justice League, Superman in that movie, it's that. And it was only one little tiny snippet, and then we cut back to looking at the candle, and then the guy blurry in the background, and I go, oh no, this isn't artistic. No, we tried doing something kind of cool with CGI, and it did not work, so we stayed on this. Okay. In the end, I was just disappointed with Demigod. Again, I feel like there are good things in here. I like Miles Dolik's performance as the wise man, the wise hunter in the middle of the woods, knows where to go and knows how to track and knows how to be the hunter and not the hunted. But everyone else and everything else just kind of fell flat for me. Plus, this movie also proves that if you get shot with a crossbow arrow, that does nothing to you. One of our characters gets shot with like 15 different crossbow arrows, but is still able to like book it into an open field away from the demigod for a while before he's actually caught. Oh, and also the little girl gets shot in the stomach, but, she's fine, and she's able to have scenes and dialogue afterwards, too, so, crossbow arrows. They work on zombies in The Walking Dead, but just not regular humans, apparently. I'm gonna give Demigod 2 out of 5 Blu-rays. So guys, have you seen Demigod? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.